Oh, I turned it off. Sorry, Tim.
We're ready for whatever. Right. Me too.
It,
Check. Ooh, that's nice. So we did pay the electric bill. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so glad everyone is here today on this very lovely warm day. I'm sure you're enjoying the shade. We have with us, to begin our celebration for Joan's ministry here at St. John's, we have some special friends. This is the Song of the Sky, and they are here to offer Joan a gift. Thank you for being here.
Surprise. Thank you very much for inviting us to sing. I'm the new director, Joan, not originally from the Asheville area, originally from upstate New York. So thank you, and this is a wonderful day. This is my first time directing outside in 80 degrees. So it's a new experience for me. Any of you ladies that like to sing, we would love to have you come. Pay us a visit. Actually, starting this week, we'll be going back to Zoom. We will no longer be meeting in person, but we will have our rehearsals will be done via Zoom, and we would love to have you join us. Just let one of us know, or meet up with one of us after the performance. We'll give you one of the cards, and we'll add you to our list. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy our last song. Is You've Got a Friend in Me. If we stick together, we can see it through, because you've got a friend in see. Now some of the folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, bigger and stronger too, well maybe, but none of them will ever love you the way I do, just me and you. And as the years go by, and friendship will never die. It's our destiny. You better believe you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. It's our destiny. You have got a friend in me. If it's music, we love it. You got an awesome voice.
Ladies, thank you again for being here and sharing your gift of music with us. Yes, the line begins around the building.
Okay, I initially I went to Let's Falls for third and fourth. I'm sorry, third and fourth grade. My dad was the manager of the airport.
No, that's an old car. But oh, they have all that.
Folks, at this time, I believe we'd like to continue our celebration of Joan's ministry. Joan Grant, could I get you to come forward? Would you like the sun or the shade? That would be fun. Here we are. Are you ready? Are you ready for anything? I believe I know the answer to that. 6 years ago, on or around this date, but certainly this event, our annual picnic, you came to us from Montana. And I believe I recall hearing said that the sermon was written in the car on the way to North Carolina. Is that right? I heard say that, and it was finished last night in the hotel room. And it seems just like yesterday. And oh, I got to tell you this. That day, and there was a breeze blowing through that shelter. And you know what it reminded me of? Only Chris Rhodes could come up with this. Don Knotts and the Ghost and Mr. Chicken, when Luther Heggs had to attend the Chamber of Commerce picnic and get up and give that speech, and all of a sudden the wind blew his speech away. And I was thinking when I saw that happen 6 years ago, I'm thinking, oh God, please don't let this happen to her. And it didn't. But gosh, it seems like yesterday. And I really, and you know, there are things in our past that happen, and we feel like that we can just They're so close, and we can reach out and grab them. And I think sometimes we'd like to and really relive that moment. But we can't, only in our hearts and in our memories. We'd like to take this time to share the love and gratitude that we have for you and what you have meant to us over the last 6 years of our lives together. Especially in this last year and a half, when the course of history would unknowingly begin an unwanted chapter. And this enormous viral tsunami covered the globe. And it brought new challenges and uncertainties. And a short period of time after it began, here you were, with great resilience and strong courage. And a short while later, St. John's slowly began operating again. And the weeks passed and months passed, and we started doing more and more, almost to where it felt like it was back to normal. And you led the way, and you allowed us to follow. Joan Grant, a good shepherd, tending her flock. I asked you a few minutes ago if you were ready, and I told you that I knew. And after seeing what's happened in the last year and seeing how you and St. John's responded, Joan Grant, I believe you're ready for anything. Thank you for being here. I think we've got some things over here for you, but oh, wait a minute. You know what? I got a text recently, a few weeks ago, from someone. You'll never guess who I got a text from. One guess. Well, yeah, I've got it right here. He sent me a text. Are you the one who's been trying to hack into my phone? Somebody's been doing it. Aha. Let's see. It's here somewhere. I know it is. I just looked at it recently. I just got to find it. Bear with me, please. Oops, that's not it. Can you see this? First one.
Hello, Chris. Old St. Nicholas here.
Yeah. I told you I got a text from St. Nicholas. Now, for those of you who are visiting or fairly new to St. John's, you got to understand, me and St. Nicholas, we're like this. And I'll tell you what, if you ever get a chance to meet him, you need to get to know him. He's probably one of the most wonderful people I've ever known. Shoo. Well, he knows better. He's not up here. He's in the southern hemisphere. Believe me, he's down south where it's cool. I'm going to read this text to you all, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to read it like St. Nicholas would if he were here. Now, I'm not very good at this, but I'm going to try my best because there's nobody who can talk like St. Nicholas except St. Nicholas. But I'm going to give it a shot. So it's something like this. Hello, Chris. How's St. Nicholas here? Have you been? Jolly, I hope. You know, I've got some exciting news recently. I heard that your priest, the Reverend Joan Grant, is retiring. Oh my, Jiminy Crickets. He always said Jiminy Crickets, and I don't know where they didn't say that back in Myra or Patera back in those days. Where did he get that from? I don't know. Oh, goodness. Oh, let's see. Well, I've gotten the word out to some kings and queens in your area, hoping that they will journey to St. John's, bearing gifts for your beloved Joan. Give her my best, and give her my best wish. For some reason, it feels like ventriloquism going on here. Something, just a strange sensation overcame me. Maybe it's the heat. Give her my best wishes, and God bless all my friends at St. John's. And I said, will do. Joan, I believe over here to my left, we can find these treasures that these kings and queens have brought to St. John's today. Would you join me? Now, don't touch anything. I'm going to unveil it slowly, one at a time, and we'll take a look at it. And it's like, let's make a deal. I'm going to feel like Monty Hall now, opening up the curtain number 1, 2, 3, 4, and all that.
For the North Carolina Arboretum show that was exhibiting in. And the inspiration for it came from a photograph that I took one Sunday when Bill and I were coming out from the coffee hour. And it was about this time of year because that butterfly bush over there in the corner was just covered in butterflies. And this one was just my favorite. And as I was making the quilt, I came to find out that this is a eastern tiger swallowtail, and it's a female, and it happens to be the state butterfly of North Carolina. And you'll notice it's not on a butterfly bush. I decided that since it was a North Carolina butterfly, it needed to be on a native North Carolina flower. So it's on a milkweed. And the milkweed was growing in my garden. And I just thought it was appropriate because it's about St. John's and about its people. And it's about, somebody was talking earlier about new life and a new phase, and we think of butterflies as the metamorphosis And so we all wish for you to go out and flutter around and spread your wings in your retirement.
Sakura.
My children and I wove this garden, outdoor, indoor rug from recycled plastic bags. With love, Kimberly, Coral, Lucia, and Little Deer. Use that. I need lots of rugs at my house. And Talbot's ribbon.
Cards. Cards.
Picture of them. For supporting and encouraging our family during this tender year. And they drew a picture. Children's artwork. I love it. I love it. Oh. Okay, thank you.
It is, and it was.
It does. It looks like maybe this is. How cute. Well, I'll pass it on.
Oh, grant delivery.
Oh, Sadie in the chair. Sadie in that blue chair, Stacy. Stacy's chair. Oh, the cover. Oh. Who wrote this? Oh, they're shooting Bill. There wasn't a lawyer named. Should I read this?
No, I'm gonna read it.
She's gonna read it.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Betty Hay. Oh yeah, I have this at my house, Leviathan, the great Leviathan, for the sport of it. That's what I'm gonna do now, is for the sport of it. Oh, look. Oh, this is awesome, thank you. I will cherish this. The children.
St. John.
Sophia's baptism. Blessing of the animals. This is wonderful. This is Angelo. It's great. Oh, I love this. I love this. This looks like some of these might have been taken today. The roses. That's a beautiful picture of the roses. Who took these pictures? Warren? Yeah? Different people. Different people. Oh, look. Oh, my. All the hangings. All the hangings from over the altar. Oh. Fabulous. Oh, this is precious. This is precious. Oh, and the banner. Thank you so much.
Thanks to Katie for putting it together.
All right, moving the curtain back a little bit more, yes. Oh, oh, good, I bet you I know who this is from. Get another meeting introduction. Look at your ear. I wonder who did this.
Yeah, who cans more than anybody in America?
Thank you. Where is she? There she is.
There she is.
I need some more jam, and I surely needed some more dried apples.
You know, there's no custom that if you return the jars, you get a refill.
I'm gonna go buy a bunch of jars.
Okay, all right. All right.
You know, Sandra, I actually went out and I bought a thing of those jars a couple years ago because I thought I could be like you. I had a ton of strawberries one summer and I made some stuff that was just kind of drool. We call that strawberry syrup.
Dried fruit, I have a food dehydrator.
Yeah.
And I used to dry them out on a screen, you know, in the sun, like people used to do. One year it started pouring the rain, and it rained and it rained. Well, before it started, I knew that if it rained on the fruit, it's ruined. So I put the fruit under the carport. Whenever it stopped raining, I went out there and checked on my fruit. I had some of the drunkest gnats you've ever seen. So I had to buy a food dehydrator. I had to throw them away.
Well, thank you for that.
Okay, moving right along.
But wait, there's more.
Go, folks.
I said that over yesterday's breakfast.
This looks like something Tom Smith would have done. Is it? Green egg?
Tom Smith wasn't here yesterday.
What, he
Remember
got-
I called and I thought you were him and you weren't.
What, he got-
You're St. Nicholas instead.
It doesn't smell like leftovers. Joan, here. We can have those cut up. I don't know what it is.
Well, you remember when I took some breakfast home one time and I ate it for lunch about 2 weeks later? Oh, no. Paper. Paper. It's tissue paper. Lavender. Oh.
Oh,
Hold on, good ways out, dude.
Wanted to have one.
I don't even have one of those.
Gentlemen, very much.
I haven't made it to that ranking yet.
But I love it.
But wait,
Thank you. Want this now, take it for later.
Oh, no.
Like this?
Huh?
Well,
Yeah, it goes with it. There's another whip with the card.
Happy trails to you. Hoping you find happiness and fulfillment. We sure will miss you. The little stumbles make you more human and are very endearing. It's all about grace, David. It's all about grace. Now it's up. Thank you. Okay. And it's a precious little butterfly. There's a little butterfly. Very thoughtful. Oh, this must be a butterfly.
Big reason.
Cut the throat.
A bunch of us from a vestry retreat. Oh, it's pictures. Barn butter. Chocolate powdered almond butter. This. Thank you, Mary Sorrell.
She had to go. We've got that.
Oh, joy and thanksgiving. Thank you.
You may want to go back to the shade, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to do the shade? No. I think what might be good right now.
We can't open up the floor, but we could open up the front yard. lawn, yeah, it's front lawn. To anyone who at this time might like to offer Joan some remarks. Something to think about.
Like to say,
You, who are you asking? St. Nicholas is not here. He's down south. He's below the equator right now, but you're more than welcome. Rose, come on up.
My friends, it is very personal with me. You know that. Let's see. First thing I'd like to do is ask the discernment committee that I served with to stand and take a bow for the good work that we did in getting this lady here. There we are. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
And Thomas, okay. We had a ball and we were led by the Spirit. And the one Celtic phrase that I heard Joan omit this morning when she was preaching Celtic to us was Anam Cara. Anam Cara, friend of the soul. There was time when Joan and I didn't know that we knew each other yet, when we were both students at the Hayden Institute, from which we received plaques in spiritual direction, and then I went ahead and did the dream work training. Now, Joan and I didn't know how close we would become because I ended up interviewing her as part of the discernment committee while she was attending an intensive. But then I remembered when I saw her that I had had Eucharist with her while I was mentoring a group there. And something stirred deeply in me when we sat on the front porch at Canuga. And I was just hoping that it might be, and it was. Very grateful. So this that you'll see in the little book that's going around, by the way, this is not art. This is what you call process art. You draw it or you smudge it, or you, in this case, you rub across the plaque that we received, and then something emerges from it. So this is our plaque from Hayden Institute, Joan. And you'll see that there's light in the center of this one and darkness in the center of this one, because our Anam Cara has led us through it all. I got here, the Joan got here about a month and a half before Walton, my mother, died. And I won't belabor that because Mama's beaming down at us now, along with other mothers. And I said to Joan, I don't know how to help Mom make her transition, but I know it's coming. And she said to me, Rose, just tell her to go towards the light. So process art is discerning what happens after you do it. And that's what has happened here. The light is radiant. And it has been in our lives with Joan through her magnificent and deep and tender pastoral care of all of us in all the committees that we've served on, in the privileged place that I experienced with my brother Walt and Leslie and Stacy of going through the deep studies of the sacred ground of our being so that we could honor the indigenous peoples whose land we stand on, and could confront and repent our white privilege and be very, very open to the stirrings of spirit. We did it for a year and it was golden, a monthly encounter with Joan's guidance, and it has shaped us. But there's so many places that she has been Anam Cara to us, and you know them in your hearts. And so I would just ask that you stand and honor Joan for her soul friendship.
Judy? Almost.
Joan, I'm not good at goodbye speeches. And so I decided to write a poem. And I'm not good at that either. So, but I'm going to read it anyway. You almost stole my thunder. So it's in the book too. It's actually a limerick. This is a retirement poem for Joan Grant. There was a good lawyer named Joan who one day said, I'm done. I'm leaving this all. It seems I've been called to a job with a quite different tone. I'm heeding the call, she explained. In law, I will not remain. And soon, without tarry, she went to seminary. And next, she was ordained. Yes, I left out a lot in that verse, but it's better that I be terse. If I don't take heed, I'll get lost in the weeds. And these rhymes will just get worse. And they do. So fast forward to 6 years ago, that was 2015 or so. St. John's was discerning. For a priest, we were yearning. And we started to look high and low. We searched around far and near. And then it all became clear. Way off in Montana was the top banana. So we asked Reverend Joan to come here. She must have had a good hunch that we were an okay bunch. Get it, banana bunch?
Yeah.
For to our delight, she said, all right, I'll be there in time for your picnic lunch. So she came and joined us in this place and brought with her much love and grace. Through bad times and good, with us she stood, no matter what we faced. She quickly formed a lasting bond, and she gave her all to lead St. John's. For a strong faith, Joan helped us seek, and as she lifted us up each week and preached to inspire each one. Even in the throes of a pandemic's grip, she kept us going and never slipped. She preached on Zoom so we could worship from home in sweatpants while coffee we sipped. Now 6 years has quickly gone by. How the time did fly. You've helped us to grow. We'll miss you, you know, and we're sad to say goodbye. But you worked so hard and stayed on the run. Now it's time to relax and seek out some fun. Though St. John's will be blue, our hearts go with you, and our prayers for you will go on. Happy retirement to you, dear Reverend John. Pleasure having you back here.
Judy, you're a poet? Don't know.
I was just gonna say that. Oh, I'm not allowed here, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. That was beautiful. And thank you all. This is a wonderful parish. And just take that in because it's true. The Spirit moves in this place and you all have it. And that is something that every priest longs for, to be in a church where the Spirit is alive and well and moving. Thank you. Thank you for the privilege and the joy. It's been awesome. I love you all.
Thank you, Joan.
You can sit back there. Sure. Is there anyone else? Abby, come on up.
I wouldn't, my family, and I don't think we'd be coming if it weren't for Joan and the fact that she had come. And when I was, Nico was 2 when Joan came here, and she saw me through raising Nico and then having another baby. And then I brought the baby to work with me. I remember an email that she wrote me right after Lizzie was born, and it was just to check in. It wasn't about bulletins, and it wasn't about how to do this or that with the computer or the phone or anything. It was just to check in, and it was, how are you doing? And I know the newborn time is not your favorite, and hope you're okay. And Roberta stopped by today and she says hello. And I just, I've never worked for, I had never worked for a woman like you, and I was inspired as a woman and as a mother. So, and but I also just want to say that since I've now kind of, I guess, made a career out of working in church in an administrative way, I just want to say thank you for making St. John's so healthily lay-led. I think that we're all strong because you really made us strong as a community. And so I think that is what's going to help us move forward. Even though we'll dearly miss you, I think that you really, you made this community strong enough so that we can, not that it wasn't strong, but we have the strength to move forward. So just want to say, I miss you. Thank you.
Come on. I have told Joan many times how grateful I am to her. I fully believe that Joan and Ed Seal saved my life. 4 years ago, I was very ill, ended up in the hospital. I was still on a gurney in the emergency room, and here comes Joan. She pitched a fit because I had been almost 17 hours without anything to eat or drink. And they listened to her. Let me tell you, when Joan pitches a fit, people listen. She helped me in so many ways, down to and including cleaning my very, very horribly, horribly messy house. She checked on me every day. While I was in the hospital, she was there every day. Ed Seal was there every day. Ed took me to the doctors, among other people. They rallied many people here at St. John's to help me with doctor's visits and so forth. I lost almost 130 pounds, not because they were starving me or anything, but because sometimes those of you who know me know that I can be very stubborn, and sometimes I have to be hit with a 2x4 to get my attention. And God hit me with a 2x4, but he sent me the angels to help me do what I needed to do. I think there are many, many capable people in this world, but I appreciate the fact, more than Joan will ever know, what she has done for me personally and what she has done for St. John's by creating a family of caring people. And I'm very grateful
to count you among a lifelong friend. And hopefully your and Ed's efforts will not have been in vain, and that I will be able to step up to the plate if someone needs me, like I needed you all. So thank you, Joan.
Anyone else? Come on.
Now, you aren't gonna mind me doing this. The first Christmas Joan was here, she decided to have a dinner for the women of the church, her house. So she had gotten here in July or August. Now this was December. So she called me and she said, will you come help me get the house straightened or help me unpack some boxes? Yeah. So I went. And I'm telling you what's the truth. Now you can't deny any of this. I have never seen a place in such a mess. But I will tell you where there is a place that is in that same mess, and that's her desk in her office, and it's like that. That's exactly right. That's right. And we'll miss that part. Well, I know. So anyway, I went in and we started unpacking, and I think maybe Sandra Gudger may have gone too. I'm not sure. But I unpacked 12 place settings of one china and almost that much of something else. And she had all of these, what was it you collected? Cups.
Christmas mugs.
Mugs.
My mother gave me
Well, and she wanted those to be out where people could see. Well, there was no place to put them. So anyway, we worked and we did that for 2 days. And when I left to go home after we finished, I thought these women are going to come to look to see what kind of housekeeper you are and all this stuff. And it's not going to be good. Well, I went back for the party and I could not believe how neat and straight that place was. She had done so much work after I left. She really had. I don't know how you did it, but you did. She's a strong lady because she moved things that I couldn't have moved. I got there. We were supposed to start this thing probably around 6, I guess. I'll say that. I'm not sure. And I got there about 5:30. She wasn't there. She had gone to get a Christmas tree. So she came back with that tree. Probably, I know some of the ladies were already there. She brought that tree in and set it down, and she had Christmas decorations that she always used. And so the people there decorated that tree. But she goes by the skin of her teeth and she gets it done. And we're going to miss that, watching and seeing if you really do pull things off. And you do. And we love you for the way you are. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Come on.
Any more hands out there?
Right after you got here, I was diagnosed with lung cancer, and you asked if I wanted you to come to the hospital and pray with me. And I said, yeah, but you got to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning. And she said, well, that's what I do. And that was that in and of itself was above and beyond. But then about 8 months later, I had a broken heart. And you were so kind. And had it not been for you and for St. John's and all the people here, I don't know what I'd have done. You helped me heal, and I will miss you very much.
You know I love you. When I've lost my husband and 2 children. The husband right before Joan got here, but both children, and she had the funerals and helped me so much. When Sandy was in the nursing home and not doing well at all, but when they called and said that she was not doing well, of course, this was during the COVID, still is COVID, but the nursing home that she was in and all the rest of them in the country were closed. So I had not seen Sandy except through the window from March, and this was November. And when they called and said that she was not doing well, and I could come, and I did. And I called Joan, and Joan came, and she spent the better part of 4 days with me in that room with Sandy, and Sandy was not really coherent, but she wasn't able to talk evidently. But I don't know how in the world I would have gotten through that time if it hadn't been forever.
Anyone else? Come on up. I had the honor of being asked to serve as the senior warden. And if most of you understood my church history, you would understand what a stretch that is. But Joan had faith in me, so I started in January of 2020. And we had already moved to Yancey County, and Joan and I both thought not much to do this year, to be kind of, and then the pandemic came along and the lockdown. And I called Katie when it was time to do Sunday service and asked Katie what we were going to do for Sunday service. And she said, Joan wants us to live stream.
What is live stream?
What Katie knew what it was,
Yeah, I know.
and I was about to find out. So we started live streaming. We moved outside, and the first couple of weeks was really kind of weird doing service outside. We missed the sanctuary. And then we started liking it. It was odd. But we grew to love the service outside under the trees. And we got better and better with the live streaming. All of us finally figured out what it was. We got a lot of help from Tim. Katie was amazing she knew how to do YouTube, and I knew how to do a little bit, and we all made it work. And we learned to put Joan in the shade when we could. And we learned that the shade moves from over there to over here. But it was a fun year and a total honor to serve. And as always, I know I've told you guys so many times, no matter what we ask of the congregation, you guys always found a way. And most of the time with good humor. So it was a pleasure and an honor to serve, and we're going to miss you.
When you're a priest, yes, you serve God and you're supposed to pray more and you try to do that. But when you are sent out to visit the people of the parish in various crises and whatever, yes, you go and you hope you're bearing Christ to whoever you're seeing, but you're also bearing the entire congregation. Your priest represents all the people of the church as well. And so when the people come back and are so caring and so compassionate and so appreciative and grateful and treat you well, clergy have a hard time these days. It's hard to be a priest these days. But you all have shown me so much grace and so much love. And so it's just, it's a whole circle there. But I want you to know that, because if you don't have a congregation that's there like that, that's resilient and adaptive and gracious, hard-working senior wardens like Karen and Ed both were last year, and like Judy is this year, and like Tim Rhodes was when I first got here, and like Diane Gudger was for 2 years, and like Mary Sorrells was for 2 years. We're a team, it's a team. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. So I just wanted to make that clear. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I'm mad at you, Jen. Betty left already. Well, I don't think she left because she was mad, though. And I stayed because I'm mad. No, I have been thinking about your time with us. 6 years is not that long. Don't you want to stay a little longer? Okay. But it has gone really quickly, in my view, and I think in the view of a lot of us here. And you've seen us through this incredible season of loss in the past almost 2 years. And
I was here when you first got here, and you're never sure at first if it's going to work. Is this good? Well, you've taken us on a journey that I will always remember, because I think you gave me sort of and many of us, a deeper relationship with God and with Scripture and with, Lectio. Lectio is such a gift to this parish. How often do you just get to sit with the Bible, to sit with it and be? And this was important to Joan, and she gifted us with that, made it important to us. I will miss that. You have done everything from baptizing our Sophia Chittery to giving one of the nicest send-offs of my mother, Roberta's sister. And the church came to me and said, the vestry particularly said, what do we want to do as a church to remember Joan? And they said, why don't we gift a painting? And earlier, Rose said that, so Betty is here. Hi, Betty. Rose said earlier that there were mothers watching. Her mother was watching, my mother. And it's true. And now we want to leave you with something to watch you. This is a painting that my mother did, and it's God's eye. And it will be watching over you as you go along on a new path. And I am not going to say goodbye. Not going to say goodbye. I'm just going to say see you later. And be well, and thank you for the gift of your ministry here at St. John's. God's eye.
All right, I think we're at the end, but not really. Yes, you're leaving, but you will be back. I believe you'll be back on the 17th of September, right? Because you have a ticket. And while we're on the subject of tickets,
How many more left?
we got 25 more. And it's, I think, very, very soon going to be advertised to the public. So if you have not gotten one yet, see us about it. We'll take care of you. Joan, there is a basket. Okay. There is a basket of cards from parishioners here at St. John's for you to take with you and enjoy at your leisure. But we've got one here that we want to give you right now. And this is the last thing I'm going to do. And then I'm going to sit down and eat. So what I will say to you is God bless you. And may God be with you in everywhere you go and everything you do. We will miss you and we love you.
very much. $2,600. This is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It is. I really have loved serving. I have loved it. God has blessed. You know, my prayer when I was looking for someplace to be, I knew I needed to leave Montana, was that there would be a place that was good for me and good for the church. So, hope that's been true. I know it's been sure. You're very generous. Keep on keeping on. Okay? I love you. Thank you. Thank you for the service.
Yeah, we got 3 different kinds. We got like 4.5 gallons of ice cream.
I got.
Oh, yeah, there's. We've got 3. We've got strawberry, homemade peach. Well, it's all homemade, and homemade vanilla. And it's all around here on the other side. And there's all kinds of cookies and brownies and all that stuff to go with it. And the kids are going to be, they're already playing. Are they in the sprinklers and stuff already? So there's sprinklers and bubbles and all that kind of stuff going on back there. So come around behind here, right behind me, and that's where the ice cream is going to be. We need some people scooping it out. So it's going to be hard.
John, I would just like to thank you for making this picnic possible and all of your wonderful cheffery. All the people who helped. Thank you.